The latest from podnews.net. Podcasts will be bigger than radio next year in terms of NPR's revenue. That's according to Deborah Cowan, the organization's CFO. She's expecting to earn $55 million from podcasting next year. NPR is profitable and overall revenue grew 10% year on year. Dutch public service broadcaster NPO has added their podcasts to Spotify. Spotify had to enable passthrough in order to comply with Netherlands law. The first ever Infinite Dial South Africa, presented by Edison Research, NAB South Africa and Triton Digital, will be announced on Wednesday. We link to where to register for the free seminar in our show notes and our newsletter today. Is it worth auto-posting your podcast to YouTube? Mark Steadman from Podiant works out whether he should continue supporting this feature from his podcast hosting service by looking at the data. Talking about finding sponsors and making money, Benjamin Shapiro from the Martech podcast will be guest at the California Podcast Association in beautiful downtown Oakland, California tomorrow. Meanwhile, next month you can catch a live taping of the history of BART on the 9th of October at Oakland Public Library. Now, more details on Brexitcast, a podcast which was aired on BBC Television last week, benefiting from a spot directly after Question Time. Over 1 million viewers tuned in, and the programme on TV was subtly edited from the podcast original, as radio consultant Nick Goodman points out. We link to his review in our show notes and our newsletter today. And we also link to how to get your podcast featured on Breaker. And in podcasts today, Money Bites launches this Thursday from Smart Money People, a popular review website for UK financial services. And Food God has launched a new podcast. Kim Kardashian West is the debut guest for Food God OMG. And that's the latest from our newsletter at podnews.net.